Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond, and this month's edition of the now 8 color collab. So we have added a new lady into the group, and her name is Teresa. So make sure you hit on the select a shade hashtag in the title, and that will take you to all the ladies' videos that who are participating in this collab. So I am going to get all the shades swatched, and then I'm going to jump off camera, contemplate what look I'm going to do, because without even swatching them, I'm already daunted by the colors. So I do have my book here so that I don't forget who chose what. And yeah, I have my little flamingo pen that Tiffany sent me. So it's already getting used. Okay, so I'll swatch them so you guys can see them, and I can use them for a bit of a reference. So the whole point of this collab, if you're new to this, is each lady selects a shade, and then we have to use all those shades on our face. Because there's 8 colors, it's no longer limited just to the eyes, but the majority of the colors are meant to be used on the eyes, as many as we can. So we then choose a shade in our own collections that is similar. We don't have to necessarily have the exact shade. So I'm going to start with Jen's, and she chose lavender. So for that one, I had to Google it, because to me, mauve, lavender, lilac are all basically the same. So yeah, it was that shade there was closest to what I could get. Now this is super duper awkward because my book doesn't want to stay open, but it is not working for me at all. So I apologize for being disorganized. So let's just swatch this. I don't have any primer or anything on, so obviously these swatches aren't so indicative of how the shadows are going to perform on the eyes. So there's the lavender. Now Naomi chose cranberry, so for that I pulled out my cranberry palette, and I'm going to use that shade there. So there's only a few of us left to film, and this is my last opportunity to film until like before the actual collab is due to post. So yeah, typical me to leave it to the last minute. So Desi chose a shade from one of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palettes. This one's the Bling Boss palette. Now she chose the shade Berry Treasure, that one there. Now I noticed when I swatched this, even though it looks quite berry in the pan, and you can see on the finger there, I found that it blended out to be just pretty much black. So we'll see how that performs. So yeah, geez, that Natasha Denona shade's looking very, very patchy in that swatch. Then we have Andy. She chose metallic orange, and I know I recognized the shade when she chose it. It's this shade here, Aura, from the Nikki Tutorials Beauty Bay palette. So you can already see, to me, this is not very cohesive, so I'm scared. But yeah, so the ladies, I was already got sidetracked. The ladies that have already done their looks said they were quite happy with the way that their looks turned out. So there's hope yet. All right, now Colleen, she chose olive, and the shade I decided I would go for my Juicy Olive palette from Give Me Glow. And honestly, there's that many different shades of orange when you Google it. Olive. Did I say orange? Now, I know the camera and the ring light make them look a little bit different than what they do in real life. But basically I was choosing between that shade, and when swatched, this one it goes really dark, so I'm going to stick with this one, which is called Dry Martini. You know, definitely this is a challenge because everybody like is just choosing a shade, and it's not like we're attempting to even create a cohesive color story, because that would just make it way too easy. So Andrea so you've got Andy from Beauty with Andy, and then you've got Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock. And I did explain this. There's two Andreas in the group, but for the purposes of these videos, even though they both go by Andrea, because of Beauty with Andy, she's just being referred to as Andy to distinguish between the two of them. So Andrea actually chose, I have the exact shade, it's called Empress, and it's from the Coloured Rain Queen of Hearts palette. So it's like a bright sort of mid-tone orange matte. So you've got a metallic, and then you've got your matte. And then we have Teresa chose a Dusty Rose shade, and that was in the ABH Soft Glam palette. So I think quite a few of us actually have this palette, so it's that shade there. Definitely gonna need to take pause of this and yeah, see what I'm going to do with this. So I might just, when my husband gets home, which is only a few minutes away, any minute now, yeah, I think I'm going to go and have a coffee with him and yeah, really have a think about this. So leaving myself till last, I chose, once I have not played with this palette anywhere near enough. So when Andrea chose the Empress shade, I had the palette out, and yeah, and I wanted to, straight away I saw this shade, it's called Your Majesty, and it's like a metallic copper, and I was just like, oh, I really want to use that. So that is that there. So that is the color story we are working with. So definitely it's not too bad, but when you have the olive green and the lavender thrown in, I think that is definitely what's going to challenge me. So leave it with me, and I will be back very shortly, and I will start my look. Okay, I've procrastinated enough. I've had coffee and breakfast, and yeah, I've now got about an hour before I have to leave the house, which obviously should be more than enough time to get an eye look done. I did pop in some earrings. I think I'm going to take them back out only because I don't want the colors showing me. These are ones I actually made. I've mentioned before, my sister is very much into crafts, and I am not good at doing crafts myself, but she showed me how to make these. So I've got quite a few pairs there. Joy from Joy Keeps You on Your Toes, she's starting some crafting, and I'll link one of her videos in the description box. And yeah, and she'd mentioned in one of her videos about, you know, maybe making some earrings, and I'd said to her that I had made quite a few pairs. So this is a little box I've got. Ooh, oops. I'm just gonna get it. Yeah, with all the different earrings that I'd made. My sister got rid of the stuff. I had my own kit, and I just, as you probably all have noticed, I always wear my silver hoops, and I don't mix my jewelry up much. Yeah, I'm a bit boring when it comes to that. It's a bit like I never do my hair. But anyway, I'm trying to make an effort. So once I've done the eye look, I might then pick a pair out that goes with it. So anyway, I used the Dusty Rose that was there. I've used that on my cheeks as a blush, and I realized what was really throwing me is this green. Other than that and the lavender, I think it's a relatively sort of cohesive color story, and the lavender doesn't go too bad, but definitely the green, thanks Colleen, is throwing me. So I'm going to leave that color till last. And yeah, instead of speeding through the footage, you guys can do that yourselves. I think I'm actually going to talk my way through this one. And yeah, and speaking of Colleen, she is the lady that I thought I would just tell you a little bit about in this video. So I have to try and pick some brushes out to use, as always, disorganized. So yeah, Colleen I have been following since I first saw this color collab at, because Andy from Beauty with Andy was doing it. So I think I'm going to use this lavender shade as my base shade. Yeah, and then when Colleen joined the group, I started following Colleen, and she is an indie brand makeup lover like myself and a few of the other ladies. That is actually a really pretty color. Yeah, like Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock, she is very much into indie brands as well. And yeah, Colleen's all about positivity and being kind. And I just watched one of her videos this morning where she was doing her makeup, and yeah, she was telling a ghost story, which I quite enjoy those. So if you like that sort of thing, and I mean, she's known to be very whimsical, so she loves all the holographic and that sort of thing. So yeah, if that's sort of your vibe, definitely go check her out. But go check out this video anyway. Like honestly, this is really throwing me, this color story, and yeah, I am so curious to see what the other ladies do with it. Okay, so that is lavender down. So I have a really nice surprise to show you. So they're the colors I've got left. I'm just going to wipe this green off because I'm pretty sure I already know what I'm going to do with that. I think it will help me to work my way through what's left. So that's the colors there. So let's go in. I'm going to try and transition these colors. So quite liked that brush, which was a Morphe brush. It's the M441. So it blended that out quite nicely. So I'm just going to use it in my color switch. And then I'm thinking I'm going to go in with Andrea's shade, which was this matte orange. So I might sort of just put that up in the transition area as well. And holy good night, it is very a fair bit of kick up in it, but I think I might just sort of blend it in the outer part of the transition area. I really like purple and orange together, but obviously this lavender is quite soft compared to the orange. So yeah, it stands out way more than what that lavender does. So I might try and, just going to color switch that again, try and build that lavender up a bit more, because I did go in quite softly. At least try and blend it into the orange a bit more. Yeah, so I have a really nice surprise to show you all, but it won't be today. So probably my next time I film, not necessarily the next video that goes up, but the next time I film, I will be able to show you. So yeah, that seemed to blend in okay. So all right, so that is that one down. So I'm thinking what I might do next is use the cranberry in just to deepen up the crease there. So try and get a I'll go in with this brush, which is another Morphe one, the M330. So where are we? Cranberry, cranberry. Okay. So this is the one that was a bit patchy on my arm. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. This is why I normally speed up through my videos, because I don't really have a lot to say. You know, I don't really want to discuss things that I should be telling you in my Wellness Wednesday update, but seeing as I didn't do one of those this week, maybe I can. So there's the cranberry. It's actually blending together a lot better so far than what I thought. So just deepen that up that little bit more. That was a little bit scratchy, that brush. The first one wasn't. All right, so cranberry down. I like this. I think this makes it much easier. And then you can see what else is left to work with. So I think the black is quite obviously, which is actually the Berry Treasure. So it definitely swatches out black, even though it doesn't look black in the pan. You can see once it's swatched out, yeah, you get that black base left, and the glitter, like this, the tiniest bits of glitter which aren't, it's not showing up on camera, but I think, yeah, I'm going to use that in the outer V. So just try and find myself, I'll go in with this one, which is another Morphe brush, E36. I'm just going to get the excess off there and try and deepen that up. So yeah, definitely looks black. So it'd be interesting to see anyone else, which I think there's a few ladies that have this palette. Be interesting to see how it performs for them. Obviously it depends on the way you use it, whether you pack it on, blend it out, but I mean, you know, considering the way Jaclyn Hill shadows have performed and how badly the quality varied so much with these palettes, who knows whether or not mine is the same as everybody else's. Okay, so I probably should have done that one last. I mean, I can always top that up, but at least it's giving me a feeling for how the look is going to come together. So I won't swatch that off just yet. So I've got these two metallic shades left, and considering that that one to me is darker, I'm going to go in with this one, probably more towards the inner part of the eye. So I'm thinking I'm just going to grab the information sheet that came with the palette. So it says aura can be, it describes it, no joke, it describes it as an orange shimmer. Excuse me for just a sec. But on my arm, it looks more like pink. So anyway, yeah, so it can be brush or finger. And I think if I can get a, just gonna pop that, I keep the colors together that I still need to use. I don't have a brush that's going to get in real well, I don't think, into that, because I've got such small mobile lids. I've got fat fingers and not a lot of lid, so I know this is actually for doing brow strokes, but I think that it might actually be small enough. Obviously I've got heaps more brushes, but see how it applies with this, just because I want that fine tip to try to get in. Now I haven't wet this. It's not showing up on camera real well, but I can see it. Oh, bugger it. I'm just gonna go in with the finger. Yeah, I can see it, but you guys can't. So now that I've put that on, definitely, I'm not sure if you can or not, but yeah, it's gone on quite metallic, and I don't think I need a setting spray with that one. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to clean my finger off, and yeah, so that's that one done. I'm going to go in with this to the center of the lid, and this is probably going to really stand out, and I've gone over the black, so I'm probably going to top that, or I should say the Berry Treasure. I'm going to top that up. And so if it wasn't for that green, I think this is, yeah, has turned out to be relatively cohesive. So I think the green is really going to make the look pop though. And I'm going to use that on my lower lash line. So it's nice to have something that, I'm just going to go back in with the, and blend those together a bit more. What do you think? Like, so far I think this actually is turning out really nice. I don't know why I was so scared. But I forgot what I was even saying. Oh, that's right, I'm going to top up the black, or the Berry Treasure shade. I don't have a shade to use as an inner corner highlight, or brow bone highlight, so I'm going to use something else for that. So I'm going to drag that across there a little bit, darken up that lash line. I feel so disorganized. I think it's because I'm under pressure, knowing that I needed to get this filmed today or I was going to miss the deadline. So okay, so this is how it's looking so far. Actually really liking it. So the lower lash line, I think this might be a good brush. I feel like I've got fallout. Try not to rub it and smudge it. I'll try and brush that away. So I've got fallout from that black. I keep calling it black because let's face it, that's what it looks like on. So yeah, green, final color. So black, and that one is gone, and yeah, so they're all done. Really wasn't so hard. I never thought that I was going to get all 8 colors, especially considering I don't have big eyes, but I did it. Oh, except for, no, I didn't do it because I used the Dusty Rose on my cheeks. So all right, so we are down to the final color, and it was this one. So let's see how it goes. And surprisingly, the fallout, can you see it? It's actually nowhere near as bright on the eye as what it's swatched. So it's blending in quite nicely to that black. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is, let's just go for a smoky lash line. I'm going to jump off camera. Excuse me. So breakfast repeating on me. I'm going to clean the fallout up, and I'm going to do my lashes, choose a lippy, choose some earrings, fluff my hair up, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I have put my mascara on and decided to put the same earrings back in that I had on before I started putting the eye look on, because I think they were the ones that went best with the colours in the eyes. And because I am going out today, but not as in, you know, out, just out and about, I didn't want to go too leery with the lips, because that would just really amp up the look. So I decided to go in with something subtle, and I chose to use my NARS Orgasm. It's an oil infused lip tint, so it'd be really good to help nourish my lips, because since I've been using the salicylic acid face wash for acne, my lips have been getting really dried out, even though I do try to avoid them. And I've started actually putting like a lip balm on them before I wash my face now. So but yeah, they're still needing a little bit of TLC. So I have no idea why I was so intimidated, now that, you know, famous last words, or all good in hindsight. Because the look, I think, turned out really, really pretty. Yeah, I honestly thought I was going to completely balls it up and it was going to look horrific. So the intention was to probably remove my makeup after doing this video before I go out, but I'm happy to wear it out. So yeah, I'm really keen to see how else the other ladies used this color story, because in all honesty, it did really throw me. And yeah, with the one the month before was I sort of kind of just knew, yep, that makes sense to put that there. And yeah, didn't have that this month, so I'm really pleased with how it turned out. So let me know what you think in the comments, and please definitely go check out the other ladies to see how they've used the colors. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, like, I guess each month, like, you know, I'm going to get more and more confidence up. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next month's color selection. So don't make it too hard, the rest of you. Yeah, let me just ease into it a little bit, especially anyway, yeah, I'm just rambling now, so it is time for me to go. And yeah, I leave here in 20 minutes. So hopefully I get to get this edited later in the day and get it up on time. Yeah, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.